Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. Shir sponsor Luri Nishwas Aram B'Yaakov Shalom Le'Apis Yitzchok. We're holding in Sanhedrin Daf Aleph. This is the Daf that was given on Shabbos. It's a review of this Daf. We're starting Daf Aleph and Aleph on top of the Mishnah. So the Mishnah. Mish is chayav b'shtei misos beis. Someone is chayav two misos. Neither mechabur gets the more chayav one, which makes sense. Why should he get the easy lighter one? Ova aveiros is chayav shtei misos. He didn't want to various have two mises. Neither Mechamor gets the more chamodik one. He gets the first, not the more chamodik one, but the first one that's on there. As we'll see in the Gemara, we get to the Gemara and the end of the Talmud. Rabbi Yossi holds ein iser chal iser. So once you have one iser, I can't add another iser to it, unless there is some exceptions that we'll see in a moment. But if I have ein iser chal iser, so then, the only first Isser is there. Same Pshita, of course, you get the Chomedik. At least greed, good. Well, should get rewarded for doing another one? If you do only the Chomedik one, you would get a severe punishment. Now he does a lighter one, he gets an easier punishment. What he did was like this. He did Avir Kalo. And there was a Gemai Din on Avir Kal. The judgment was punishing him for Avir Kal. And then there was Avir Chamor. Sagdai, then he did Avir Chamor. Now I would think that he's considered to be what? Sagdai the Chaminika, the Nigamai Din or Avir Kal, I gave a Ktilo. I would think once there's a Gemai Din, it's a Gemai Din, it's over. Kamash Balana, even though there was a Gemai Din. And as someone mentioned in the morning in Shabbos, the Lechur, what about the fact that he's don't have to kill him right away? And the answer is yes, you do, but let's say he didn't. Let's say he ran away, let's say something happened. In the meantime, he did another Avira. So you don't consider him to be Gavak Tilo, and you give him a Avir Chamor. On this, you have the Tosis over here. Tosis asks, what about the problem that it's Eidu Shiat Echol Azima? Because the two Eidim that come to say he did the second Aviro will not get punished. Because he's anyway going to be killed. So Tosis has two answers. Answer one is, like we said earlier, the Beis Din saw him doing it. Answer number two is that if the first Avera they did, will come Eidu Zayimim, so the second one will be Chal. So mainly it's Eidu Shatar Echol Azimo. According to discuss, it works retroactively, it works right away, but it's Eidu Shatar Echol Azimo if the first one will be nullified. Where do the Rabbanon take this idea? How do you know you give the Nidr Mechamor? The Gemara could say, why didn't you say just a Svar? But the Pashim Shabbos, many some of the Chorim say, even though it's a Svar, I want to have a Mokar, at least a Asmach, at least someone to be Soimichon to say this Svar. Dichtiv. So the Pasuk at Sefer Yechezkel. Here it speaks about a Rasha. It says, V'hoid Levin Parts, he will give birth to a son who is bad. Sheitech Dam, who is a murderer. The Goymer. Elohari Machal, he ate from the mountains, doesn't say what it is. He had Beila Surah with Ages. And he's looking at every desire. So more explains. What does it mean? He has a murderer. The murderer is going to be killed with a sword. As what do you get? What's the Misa Bechenik? Choking. It says Dama it means he gets killed. So he has three things. He gets the most Chomedik. So that's a smart in the pasuk that you give the most Chomedik one. So the Matkiv Lo Rav Nachman gave him a Kulu Beskilo. Maybe it's all skilo. How? We're not talking about a regular murder. We're talking about Vitzoyer Moire. Even though he didn't do Ritzicha, says Rashi, but he eventually will do Ritzicha. Angels here, team is an Ayim Rasa the Beskilo. Who says a regulation ish? Maybe it's an Ayim Rasa. Like we said before, maybe all three are skilo. Someone can my kamash when Yechezkel. So what does Yechezkel tell me? I already know all that. Tilma Torah come out, and maybe he's just repeating Torah. Interesting idea. Yechezkel should have said the Torah the same way Moshe Rabbeinu said. Why is he changing the lashon? Why is he changing the lingo? He's changing that to tell you that he's come to teach you something new. Now, the Pesukim there in Yechezkel, what we mentioned is the pasuk that speaks about the Rasha. But then there's a pasuk there that says about a tzaddik. It says he didn't do bad things. Masha didn't just not do bad things. He did some things that make him a tzaddik. What is it? So it says over there, denying the mountains. What is that? He had his own schus. He didn't need a schus of us. He didn't look at Gulei Yisrael that was Israel. It means he didn't stand he wasn't going to become a skufo as a balgaiva. What is Eishes Re'el L'Time? He did not get involved in Umnus Chaveru, which means that he did not touch or go into a business of his friend. Even though we learn B'Mitzvah, there's sometimes you're allowed to go to Umnus Chaveru. For example, two people living in the same city. But he was careful not to do that either. You should need close to Yishanida. What does it mean? You need to drink Kupa Shel Tzedakah. Yishanida mean it's similar to a wife who's yours, but there's some problems with that. It's also here. And as the first point out, what the Shulchan Aruch says, there's 3 levels in people that take or don't take tzedakah. There is someone who's very sick and old and b'sakana, and he has to take money. If he doesn't take money, it's a terrible thing. Somebody who doesn't deserve to take money and does take money, it's also a terrible thing. Someone who deserves to take money, but he's trying to push himself not to, that's the case over here. That sounds like a Yishanida. It's his wife, but there's some limitations for him not to get close to it. He's a tzaddik and you live. It sounds over here that he's a tzaddik because he did all that. Right? So that's what one understands. Actually, if you did only one of them, you're not a tzaddik. So when Leo felt that's a very big toll to ask from someone. It says regarding all the bad things that the Goyim did, it's not means he can't do all of them, but one of them he could do. Means their Eila doesn't mean all. So also here doesn't mean all, even though it doesn't say the word Eila. That was a big surprise in the partial Gemara. It doesn't say Eila. It says one understands all the chukim, all the mishmar, everything together. Say no, it means only one of them. So going back to the end of the Mishnah, he says, so give him the first issur. What is it? So if she was his mother-in-law, not married when he married her daughter, and then she became Eishes Ish, and he has to be with her, she gets chamois, which is the sreifah, because that's first. She was already married, didn't get chamois, she gets Eishes Ish. So he points out it's not always the first one, it really depends on the case. Right, that's only when the 2 Isurim are the same level. But here, the second Isur is Isur Moisif. First Isur Moisif, as Rashi points out over here, the Eishes Ish, she became also not only an Im, but everybody else as well. So it's Isur Moisif. So the second Isur includes more people. So therefore it should be Chal. Isur Chal, Isur B'Isur Moisif. Says the one with base, want to kill him twice? Meaning, why do we say Isur Chal, Isur B'Isur Moisif? The Gabi Chatos, says Rashi. Gabi Korban Chatos, you're right. But the Gabi Skila, the Gabi Arigo, yeah, maybe it's Chal, but you give him the more Chamadik one. So you say both of them are Chal, Chamois Soy Veishis Ish, you give him the more Chamadik one. So that's what we pointed out before, that this is, the Lashon of the Mishnah is you always give him the first. Not always give him the first. Not because the Lashon of the Mishnah is Zikr Rishayna Shabbat, because Zikr Rishayna. Here's because it's more Chamar. He agrees with Rabbanan, they have both. You're giving them more Chamar. But the Maaseh will be the first. So the Mishnah. Someone did Karmalkus twice. He goes into the kippah. What is a kippah? It's a small room in confinement. And they give him barley to eat until his stomach explodes. He gets Malkus twice, you put him in the kippah. Talk about he did Yisur Koretz, they get it in Malkus. Right, so the Eidim come, they give him a straw, he gets Malkus. But that Malkus that he gets, he still have cars. The Kavu Bekato is supposed to get cars for Shabbat. The Keruvio do Mikav Bekato. We don't know when he'll get punished. The Kevin the Kamavato and Avshay, the fact he's doing multiple times, Mikavini Le Lekatla Iloi. So they put this person is doing Isuri Karis. Gets a malchus once, he gets a malchus twice. We see he's doing it so many times. You give him this miso, which is miso of kippur. Says the Gemara, let me explain to you. The malchus shekaris achas, all talking about that he did the same aveiro. About sheshtayim mishosh increases, 2-3 different increases. He's just tasting this. He doesn't really want to do it. He's coming off the Balei Musar saying he's more of a curiosity. So only if he does that aveiro multiple times, and he's getting so many cars at the same time, the same aveiro, that's when you put him into a kippur. So when we should look at Shom, if he did it twice, not even the third time. Lema see the look of Shom Gabriel. It's more understands it's like a chazaka. Meaning you get malchus twice, for the third time goes to the kippur. If it's 2 times, he is as a chazaka. Masha, according to Rebbe, the Rebbe holds that twice a chazaka. According to Shom Gabriel, you have to have 3 times a chazaka. Tio Shom Gabriel, all my class zimni lav chazaka. Should have 3 times. Maybe a few times of Shom Gabriel. Kasova aveiro is machzikois. He holds you don't have to have malchus 3 times, you have to have aveiro 3 times. So he does aveiro once, he gets malchus. He does aveiro twice, he gets malchus. He does aveiro a 3rd time, he goes to the kippur. He has 3 aveiros over here. Meisivei over aveiro shesh b'malchus. He did aveiro with malchus, but mishoyno v'shniya malki moisoi. First 2 times he gets malchus. V'shlish is koitzi moisoi the kippur. Already the 3rd time they put him in the kippur. Abba sholoim Abba shlish is malki moisoi. He gets malchus the 3rd time. Ve'revi is koitzi moisoi the kippur. So you see over here that Abba Shol holds you have to get a malchus the 3rd time. My love, the Kulama, Malchus Machzikas. They all agree the malchus is what makes him. He has to get the malchus. How many malchus did he get? 2 or 3. Upluk to the Rebbe B'Shigal B'Lekei Flagei. And that B'Lekei Rebbe B'Shigal Yamashua, that our Mishnah that says twice is like Rebbe. Similarly, the Kulama, Yisrael B'Shigal B'Lekei, you have to have 3 times. V'Ocha B'Akam Flagei. Masor V'Averis Machzikos, Masor Malchus Machzikos. That's the Malchus. Do you go based on the Averis or based on the Malchus? That Rabban hold you go based on the Averis. He did 3 times Averis, so that's why he goes to the kippur. According to Rabbi Shor, he has to get 3 times Malchus. So the one about Tanya says in the right, so he truba v'shosak. He gave him a straw, but he didn't accept that straw. He was quiet. He truba v'yiki roishi. He gave him a straw and he just put down his head. Pari shoyin of Ishkiya Master Boy. 2 times you do that. Shlishim koisim to the kippur. You put it to a kippur. Rabbi Shor, you have Shlishim Master Boy. You give him a straw a 3rd time. But Rabbi is koisim to the kippur. The 4th time you put it to a kippur. What do you mean here? You didn't get Malchus. So it's not Malchus, but you said that Bashol holds Malchus. If also Malchus Leko, because one of the arguments, according to Rashi, you have to change what we said before. According to Rashi, we're arguing does Kippur need a straw? Kippur needs a straw. What does Kippur need a straw? Meaning, you have to have a straw for Kippur. According to Tanakh, you don't have to keep a straw. So what you do is, he gave a straw, he got Malchus. He gave a straw, he got Malchus. He gave a straw a 3rd time. The last case we mentioned the Bryce, he didn't get Malchus. He gave him a straw 1st time, he didn't accept it. 2nd time a straw, he didn't accept it. The 3rd time he gave him a straw, he didn't accept it, he put him to kippur. Why? Because the kippur doesn't need a straw. According to Abishol, after the 3rd time, you still have to give another straw, saying you should know you'll get kippur. And this leads us to a big discussion, big chakir in the Achronim. What is kippur? Is kippur another punishment, another bisis based? Or kippur is just a way of bi'atar v'kebecha, just to get rid of the bad. And there's many comedians that we showed him over here, different things you have to do. For example, do you have to have a base of 23 to give a kippur? If it's a basis basin, yes. If it's only to get rid of the bad, to get rid of the bad, maybe not. So the machlekes over here, you have to have a straw or not, will depend on that. If you hold the basis basin, you have to have a straw. If it's not basis basin, you don't have to have a straw, and much more to talk about that. Says the Gemara, Umay kippur. What is a kippur? And the Ramah says also very narrow. It's like a confinement cell. Ve'echer means where's the remes for this? Even though Rashi says Aloch Moshe V'Sinai. Some Rishonim want to say maybe it's the Rabbanim. Where's the remes? Amashlokish Timoy says Rosho Ro. A Rosho who's Muslim Rishonim, the Ro will kill him. Amashlokish Ma'adiktiv Ki Gam Lo Yodo the Mesito. A person doesn't know his time. Kedogim Shelechazim Mitzuda Ro, like fish that are stuck in a bear Mitzudo. My Mitzuda Ro Amashlokish Chako. Talk about a hook. Meaning, as Rashi explains, when you have a net, so the net is a big thing. The fish know that they're in the net. But a chak is so small, they don't realize, and then it happens right away. The people don't know when they're going to die, like the hook that catches the fish. So the Mishnah, someone kills a person with no eating, also still a kippur. But here the Gemara says, a little bit bread, a little bit water. So the Gemara, how do we know if we don't know that there was no Eidim, how do you know he killed? Where does Eidim Miyuchetes? Rashi says over here, if you look at Rashi, Eidim Miyuchetes, right below the Mishnah in the white lines, the Shnayim Eidim Oisov Eidu Suyemes, El Sheim Yisosum, Yisula Beisdim, Kod Shnayim Roim Echad Mechalon Zeh, Echad Mechalon Zeh. So Eidim Miyuchetes can be two things. Either it's they both seeing the case, but from two different angles. Or they're not together. So they're two Eidim, but not together. Or we're talking about they saw two different cases. One Eitzar Etzicha, another Eitzar Etzicha. Rashi brings only the first case. The Rambam brings also the second case by us. What's the Lachleikis? We just mentioned before. Rashi learned this in Mrs. Basi. Mrs. Basi, if I have one 8 seeing one 8 seeing another, I don't have 2 80 on the Maisa. So that's how you can't give Mrs. Basi. But if you have 2 80, just one window, one in the other window, so you have 2 80. Just the din is you can't accept it for din in the Pashas. For the keeper, you could accept it. The Rambam holds this biyat Torah, so I know this person is a murderer, so you can't get rid of it. Shmuel says there was Eidim, there was no Asur. We know there's different questions you have to ask the Eidim. The Chakiris are what day, what hour, they knew it perfectly. But B'dikos, they got mixed up, exactly the details. Because now, nice to what they but I checked the width of the stems of the figs. So that thing he made a mistake. So we know he killed, but we can't prosecute him based on that. So then we go into the idea of the keeper. By the way, even if you hold the keeper as a Mrs. Beistin, but for sure the keeper is the Atara. I mean, it's coming to get rid of the one who's doing something wrong. Just a little bit of bread and a little bit of water. Why here we say give him a little bread, a little water? Also, the previous Mishnah, they would say give him barley until his stomach explodes. Both of them do the same thing. You give him a little bread, a little water, until his stomach becomes small. Then you give him barley until his stomach explodes. It means the process is a two-stage process. Eating barley alone doesn't cause the stomach to explode. But first, you make his stomach to shrink through a little bit of water, a little bit of bread, and then you give him the barley, and that's what kills him, and that's what caused him the killing. It's not a direct means, it's an indirect, and that's the idea of the kippah, which is something unlike that we have over here. So we'll start from the Mishnah Beis Hashem in the next daf.